Okay. So Mataji, looks like it's just two of us right now on the call. So I think we are like the first people to have joined.
Okay, sure, Mataji.
Yeah. So Mataji, is it your turn to read today?
I think so.
Okay, great, Mataji. I'm happy and excited to hear from you. Yeah.
How was your day, Mataji?
Good, Mataji. Yeah. Nice. We went for service in the morning and yeah. But one thing was I was able to go for swimming, so I'm happy for that.
Oh, where?
Here there is a YMCA, so I went there for so yeah. I like to swim, so when I go, then I'm happy. Like more happy.
I like swimming too.
Oh, okay. Next time we both can go, Mataji.
Yeah, we should go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I can take a friend with me on my card, so then we both can go. I'm not like so great. I used to be when I was a kid. Then I forgot most of it because I was not doing for a while. But hopefully I will remember it by the time you come back and we can go.
I'm sure you'll remember.
Haribol, did anyone else join? Okay.
Y'all knew I was gonna talk, I guess.
No, they are all in trance next to see. Nobody is speaking because they're going to hear from you. Let me just post here. Hare Krishna. Yolanda Mataji. Mataji, do you have WhatsApp?
I do.
You have? Okay, I think we can add you on this. I will ask. I think there's only one Mataji. Shikshashtaka. Mataji, please add Yolanda Mataji to the group. Thank you. Send your number to her. Okay, Mataji, I think we can start with the prayers and then eventually devotees will come and join, okay?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparamtikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Shindvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Virjantasto Yapadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam Nashta Prayashvi Padreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
Hare Krishna, this is Govardhan Leela. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Bhakti. Thank you for joining. Please accept my humble obeisances as well.
Is this Yolanda Mataji? Who is it, Yolanda?
Yeah, Yolanda Mataji.
Is it Y-O or Y-U? Yolanda or Yolanda?
Oh, no, Yolanda. And it ends with an E.
Y-E?
So Yolande.
Oh, Yolanda. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Sure.
Yolanda Mataji, you're really chanting the prayers so sweetly. It's very nice to hear the prayers from you. Thank you. So today we'll be hearing from Mataji.
Should I start reading?
Yes, Mataji, you can start.
So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 21. Yanna vipasma bhavanat aham asam itya lokatrayopakarano yat anugrahena tasmai namasta udarasta bhavaya yoga nidra pasana vikasan nalinekshanaya. Translation. O object of my worship, I am born from the house of your lotus navel for the purpose of creating the universe by your mercy. All these planets of the universe were stationed within your transcendental abdomen while you were enjoying sleep. Now your sleep having ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Brahma is teaching us the beginning of Archana regulations from morning 4 o'clock to night 10 o'clock. Early in the morning, the devotee has to rise from his bed and pray to the Lord, and there are other regulative principles for offering Mangala Arti early in the morning. Foolish non-devotees, not understanding the importance of Archana, criticize the regulative principles, but they have no eyes to see that the Lord also sleeps by his own will. The impersonal conception of the Supreme is so detrimental to the path of devotional service that it is very difficult to associate with the stubborn non-devotees who always think in terms of material conceptions. Impersonalists always think backwards. They think that because there is form in matter, spirit should be formless. Because in matter there is sleep, in spirit there cannot be sleep. And because the sleeping of the deity is accepted in Archana worship, the Archana is Maya. All these thoughts are basically material. To think either positively or negatively is still thinking materially. Knowledge accepted from the superior source of the Vedas is standard. Here in these verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find that Archana is recommended. Before Brahma took up the task of creation, he found the Lord sleeping on the serpent bed in the waves of the water of devastation. Therefore, sleeping exists in the internal potency of the Lord, and this is not denied by pure devotees of the Lord like Brahma and his disciplic succession. It is clearly said here that the Lord slept very happily within the violent waves of the water, manifesting thereby that he is able to do anything and everything by his transcendental will and not be hampered by any circumstances. The Mayavadi cannot think beyond this material experience, and thus he denies the Lord's ability to sleep within the water. His mistake is that he compares the Lord to himself, and that comparison is also a material thought. The whole philosophy of the Mayavad school, based on not this, not that, neti neti, is basically material. Such thought cannot give one the chance to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. Okay, so I read this verse a couple times today, and then I wrote down my thoughts. So I'm just gonna read what I have written down about this verse. So Lord Brahma has taken birth from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's navel. All around him was only darkness. Brahma wanted to see where he was coming from and went down the lotus stem to find the cause of all causes. But no matter how long he climbed down, there was no end to them. He gave up this endeavor and went back to his lotus seat. There he sat in meditation on the Lord, the cause of all causes, for 100 years. After this meditation, the Lord revealed himself, and Brahma could see Garbhodakshaya Vishnu lying in an ocean, resting on a serpent. Lord Brahma then glorified the Lord and prayed for creative energy in order to manifest the planetary systems in this universe. He understood that he was born for the purpose of creating the universe. He couldn't understand the cause of all causes by his own endeavor, but everything was revealed to him when Brahma surrendered himself in meditation on the Lord. Likewise, we are born and might wonder where we ultimately come from. By mental speculation, we come up with theories like the Big Bang. Most of us won't admit, as Brahma did, that we are unable to find the cause of all causes by our own effort. Most of us, therefore, will not understand that what the specific purpose of our birth is. Just like we all have a unique capacity to serve the Lord in this material world. The more we engage in hearing and chanting. Even Lord Brahma had sadhana or arjuna regulations, so what about us? Rising early and resting on time are very important in spiritual life. Likewise, there are many other rules and regulations, such as offering Mangala Arati early in the morning. Not just the non-devotees, but also some devotees are not sufficiently aware of the importance of such regulations. The goal of austerities like these is to someday have the eyes to see that the Lord also sleeps, or in other words, to understand the transcendental nature of the Lord. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata jaktva deyam punah janma naiti mam eti sorujana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance activities does not, upon leaving the body, give birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, or Arjuna. The mental speculators who try to know the absolute truth by their own efforts can only come to the conclusion that spirit is the negation of matter, that matter has form, so spirit has to be formless, that in matter there is no sleep, so in spirit there cannot be sleep. That in matter there is sleep, so in spirit there cannot be sleep, and so on. Such stubborn persons think that the Archana worship of the deity, who also takes rest, is an illusion. They fail to understand that the negation of matter is also material. Only by submitting ourselves to the Vedas can we understand the true opposite of matter, namely that spirit has spiritual form, and that in spirit there is spiritual sleep, and so on. So that's what I had for that verse. I'll just complete my reading and then we can hear everyone else. So text 22. So yam samasta jagatam surit eka atma satvena yam ritayate bhagavam bhagena teneva medrishamanus prashatat yataham strakshami purvadaridam pranata priyosa. Translation: Let the Supreme Lord be merciful towards me. He is the one friend and soul of all living entities in this world, and he maintains all for their ultimate happiness by his 6 transcendental opulences. May he be merciful towards me, so that I, as before, may be empowered with the introspection to create, for I am also one of the surrendered souls who are dear to the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord, Purushottama, or Shri Krishna, is the maintainer of all, in both the transcendental and material worlds. He is the life and friend of all, because there is eternally natural affection and love between the living entities and the Lord. He is the one friend and well-wisher for all, and he is one without a second. The Lord maintains all the living entities everywhere by his 6 transcendental opulences, for which he is known as Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma prayed for his mercy so that he might be able to create the universal affairs as he did before. Only by the Lord's causeless mercy could he create both material and spiritual personalities like Marichi and Narada, respectively. Brahma prayed to the Lord because he is very much dear to the surrendered soul. The surrendered soul knows nothing but the Lord, and therefore the Lord is very affectionate towards him. Okay, so what I wrote about that verse is Krishna is everyone's best friend. As Srila Prabhupada beautifully writes, there is eternally natural affection and love between the living entities and the Lord. This affection is always there from the Lord's side and from our side as well, although for us it is temporarily covered due to our misuse of independence. Krishna is also our maintainer, both here and in the spiritual world. He maintains us by his 6 opulences: wealth, fame, strength, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. To have deep faith that Krishna is our maintainer is the primary limb of surrender. As the Hari Bhakta Vilas 11.417 states, Anukulyasya Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjanam Rakshishati Vishwaso Gopritve Varanam Tata Atmanikshepa Karupanye Shatvira Sharanagatihi. The 6 divisions of surrender are accepting those things favorable to devotional service, rejecting unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, accepting the Lord as one guardian or master, full self-surrender, and humility. There can't be a better maintainer than one who is unlimitedly rich, famous, strong, intelligent, beautiful, and renounced. Only by the Lord's mercy are we empowered to perform our services. The Lord is extra merciful when we are surrendered to his lotus feet. When we know nothing other than the Lord knows nothing other than us. In Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.63, the Lord says, Aham Bhakta Paradino Yashvatantra Iva Dvija Sadhu Bir Grasta Hridayo Bhaktir Bhakta Janapriyaha. I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. We are eternally indebted to our spiritual master for engaging us in Krishna's devotional service. And by following our spiritual master's instructions, we can rest assured that Krishna is pleased with us. In Lord Brahma's case, his spiritual master was directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but in our case, we make our loving offerings through the chain of this succession. So that's what I had for text 22, and then lastly, text 23. Esha prapanna varadora mayatma shaktya yattat karishyati grihita gunavataraha tasmin savikramamidam srijato pichetto yunjitya karma shamalam jayata vijayam. Translation: The Supreme Lord, the Personality of Godhead, is always the benefactor of the surrendered souls. His activities are always enacted through his internal potency, Rama, or the goddess of fortune. I pray only to engage in his service in the creation of the material world, and I pray that I not be materially affected by my works, for thus I may be able to give up the false prestige of being the creator. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the matter of material creation, maintenance, and destruction, there are 3 incarnations of the material modes of nature: Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. But the Lord's incarnation as Vishnu in his internal potency is the supreme energy for the total activities. Brahma, who is only an assistant in the modes of creation, wanted to remain in his actual position as an instrument of the Lord, instead of becoming puffed up by the false prestige of thinking himself the creator. That is the way of becoming dear to the Supreme Lord and receiving his benediction. Foolish men want to take credit for all creations made by them, but intelligent persons know very well that not a blade of grass can move without the will of the Lord. Thus, all the credit for wonderful creations must go to him. By spiritual consciousness only can one be free from the contamination of material affection and receive the benedictions offered by the Lord. What I wrote for that verse is, the 3 modes of material nature are in charge of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe. The predominating deity of creation is Lord Brahma, the predominating deity of maintenance is Lord Vishnu, and the predominating deity of destruction is Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu is an expansion of Lord Krishna through his internal potency. Vishnu has nothing to do with the external material energy except that it's his. Although Lord Brahma seemingly creates the material universe, the material energy is the external energy of Vishnu. So Brahma is only the assistant in the material creation by the Lord's grace. Generally, we want to take credit for what we create. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 3.27, Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartam iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are in actuality carried out by nature. In chapter 13, text 30 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Prakrityeva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashaha yapashati tatatmanam akartaram sapashati. One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and sees that the self does nothing, actually sees. In other words, we should never think of ourselves as creators because one, what we create and what we create with is all Krishna's energy, and two, factually the modes of material nature are acting, but the soul does nothing. Material nature is under the control of Krishna, so any kind of creation cannot happen without the Lord's sanction. All credit for creation, therefore, should go to Lord Krishna and not to ourselves. We should never become proud, but instead think of ourselves as insignificant instruments, just as Lord Brahma does in this verse. When we have this humble attitude, the Lord becomes very pleased and gives us all benedictions. So that's all. I'm sorry, it's very short. So maybe you can all add or correct me where I'm wrong.
Yolanda Mataji, thank you for the fantastic class. It's so nice. Just covered all the points beautifully.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So you went through all the verses, you wrote down points? Is that what you did, Mataji?
Yeah, so I read it a couple times and then I wrote down my thoughts. And I read it.
Wow. It's amazing. Yeah.
Because
you took so
I
much
know
time to put everything together. Fantastic.
well, when you read out loud, it's not going to be very lively, so I hope it's not too boring. But I was just
it was very
worried.
nice.
I was worried I might forget something, so that's why.
Yeah. I also write, Mataji. I also have to write, otherwise I also forget. Yeah, I also write things, what I have to say when I speak. But yeah, very nice class. Thank you. Mataji, your points were so nice. When you were reading the points, I thought you were reading Prabhupada's purport. But thank you so much. It was beautiful.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yolanda Mataji, you know who are all in the class and who is speaking? Are you like
Not really, no.
No? Okay. Okay, please, until we all get used to, so please say your name before you say, so then non-devotees know who is speaking.
Okay, thank you.
No, Yolanda Mataji knows me. Can you guess who it is?
Can I guess?
Mataji, there's only one person in the class who can ask questions like this. Others will very honestly just share their name, so you know who it is now.
I don't know.
What, Mataji? This is Leela Manjari.
Oh.
She could have guessed my name.
Thank you so much, Yolanda Mataji, for your beautiful class. I'm just really impressed by your reading of the Sanskrit. It's something I wish I knew. the way you can do it. And, it was very well done. Fantastic. Thank you.
That's very nice, Matthew. Thank you. Please also give advice, I'm not offended if anyone has points or, improvements.
Hare Krishna, Yolanda Mataji, Kabala Madhuri Daki here. Thank you for a beautiful class, Mataji. Nice to hear from you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, devotees like your class so much. Maybe next time we can ask you to give class in the temple.
No.
Bhagavatam class in the temple.
No, that's not a good idea. Kishore will kick me out if you do that.
Yeah, they might bring you to Chicago, Mataji, from St. Louis.
Actually, I'm like on the one hand, it costs a lot of time to really read it and then think of connections to other verses. But I'm also very grateful that we're doing this actually because I already read this canto, but I never read it like this. So it takes more effort, but I really feel I'm learning a lot more than if you just read by yourself. And yeah. So thank you for allowing me to join.
We feel very happy to have your association, Mataji. Thank you for joining also. There are a lot of devotees we gave invitation to, but not many people were actually interested. But you took that opportunity, and so we are grateful to have your association.
So maybe we can all share one practical application point on these verses, something we'll remember and apply in our life. For me, I can start. For me, since I read it in the morning, during the day, I was doing grocery shoppings and it's super hot in St. Louis, so it wasn't fun. And I was just reminded of how Lord Brahma prays to that he my deities in the home. That as soon as I think that I'm doing it, it not just brings along all the fruits of work, not just the one. It's reminded to only so for me, the doership mentality is a huge issue. That's something I would like to work on.
Yeah, I think that was a really nice point that you made, Yolanda Mataji. Uh, like we all have our tiny capacities, and we think like we can control things with our tiny capacities. And I used to remember when I used to organize festivals or retreats, like I used to get so overwhelmed and worked up, like trying to like get every detail in and like or thinking of how everything will get done. But I think this is something that someone shared from their experience with Indradumna Maharaj. He organizes festivals, but whenever this Prabhu used to go and give him a massage, and when he would give a massage, all his neck muscles would be extremely relaxed. So he would say, Maharaj, this is the middle of the festival. Usually, most people, their neck muscles are very tight, and the shoulder muscles are very tight. But how come your muscles are always relaxed? And Maharaj said, it's because Krishna is the doer. He'll take care of everything. What is there for me to do? But I feel like in my case, and because I don't have that kind of faith as Maharaj has. Like most of the times, like especially when I feel like things need to get done and I need to take charge, then I get very stressed and worked out. But if we can just learn to trust Krishna, then our life will become so much easier. That's all I had to share.
Thank you for sharing. Yolanda Mataji, were you able to hear everything she said?
No, I missed the beginning. Somehow my call got dropped.
Yeah, your call got dropped. Can you repeat, Lanika, what you were sharing? Because her call got dropped in between. Like in the beginning, I think she lost part of what you shared.
I was sharing that like an episode with Indradumna Maharaj, and one of the Prabhus, he used to go and massage like Indradumna Maharaj, and he organizes festivals of a very huge scale in Poland. And even when he would go and massage Maharaj's neck and shoulders, the devotee would find that Maharaj's neck and shoulder muscles are very relaxed, and he would be very surprised, that his shoulder muscles are very relaxed, and usually people get store all their stress in the neck and shoulder muscles. And once he asked Maharaj, Maharaj, how is that possible? Like even in the midst of such a big festival, your shoulder and neck muscles are very relaxed. And Maharaj told him that Krishna takes care of everything. Then what's the need for me to? What's there for me to do anyway? So
wow, that was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice story.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other points or?
Hare Krishna.
Nothing from my side, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So Mataji, should we end? Because it seems like we covered the points with the class today.
Sure, Matsi, that's fine.
Yeah?
I'm sorry it was so short.
No, you're totally fine, Mataji. You were brief, but you made all the points very clear and very nice. So, Mataji, our classes used to be only half an hour. Somehow they grew bigger in volume. But like this is actually the time of our class.
Okay.
So you did a great job. Thank you so
It used to be
much.
40 minutes. It used to be 40 minutes, I think.
Okay. Then we can maybe meet tomorrow again.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.